My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Uh, Today, we're going to look at the tragic death of Liam Payne, uh, One Direction singer, star. Um, if you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Libra rising at 21 degrees using Vedic sidereal zodiac. And we're going to first look at how the planets are operating in his chart and when they were operating and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So first off, we have Sun ruling the house of income and fulfillment of desires, and it's placed in its own house. However, it is afflicted by functional malefic Mercury. Any multicona sign in the sixth, eighth, or the 12th house uh, can cause harm when it's within 5 degrees of another planet through aspect or conjunction. So here we have the sixth sign of Virgo ruled by Mercury in the 12th house. 12th house has to do with separation, hospitalization, not feeling like you don't fit in. But it has some positive qualities as well. It is spiritual growth through letting go of attachments. So it is placed, Mercury is placed there, conjunct Sun. And so it is afflicting the Sun, making it weak. Now, so this can delay income, can affect confidence. Now, Sun is gives the leadership qualities. So he was the lead singer and had his own solo career as well. But this can affect your confidence, Mercury being conjunct with it. Now, the moon is placed in the career house, in the house of happiness. It is ruling the career house, and it is fairly strong and well placed in the chart. So it gives wealth. It gives boost to the career through following one's intuition. It is placed in the house of happiness. So, this probably one of his better planets and helped him. Now, however, if Moon does get afflicted, it can cause mental and emotional issues. So we'll see what happened at the time of his passing. We have weak afflicted by K2, Mars. Mars is ruling the house of partnerships, and it is placed in the 12th house. So, it's a weak placement since the 12th house can cause challenges. And it is aspecting Jupiter there as well. So this creates a situation where he feels like he isn't completely connected to his partnerships. He feels separate. Now, Mars is courage and passion. So it does give him certain abilities to be courageous and passionate. Um, and I would say it basically put a lot of stress on all his partnerships with the band, probably with his personal partnerships. He had lots of different relationships that didn't work out. Um, then we have challenging Mercury. Mercury is, again, like I said, it's in that 12th, ruling that 12th house, placed in the house of income. And Mercury can affect the mind. And in his situation, he did have ADHD. He was diagnosed with ADHD, and he had addictions to drugs and alcohol and suicidal thoughts. Mercury, the 12th house makes you feel separate, like you don't fit in. So this gave him some suicidal tendencies. Um, then we have, but it does give him the ability to separate from who he is and become a successful entertainer. Then we have weak dispositor Jupiter. Jupiter is also poorly placed in the 12th house. It is ruling the house of success. So again, this is the connection between being able to separate from who he is and be this amazing, successful entertainer with a lot of influence on a lot of people. Many people were upset, by his tragic death. Then we have Venus. It is debilitated in the Navamsa chart, and it is placed in the career house. So this connects his career with Venus qualities, the ability to have good looks and entertain. Um, and Venus is also a significator for uh, wife or female partner, so that creates some stress in all of his relationships. And from birth, he had kidney issues. So Venus is the significator for kidney. So he was hospitalized for kidney infection, in fact. Then we have weak infant Saturn. Saturn is at 2 degrees. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees or more than 25 degrees is said to be in infant state or old age and cannot protect or promote its own significations. So Saturn is in its own house, own sign, and it is ruling the fifth house of creativity, entertainment, children. So again, through hard work gives him the ability to entertain and do hard work. And he did a lot of charity work, so that helps further strengthen Saturn. Then we have challenging Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu is in the second house. So it gives the desire for wealth, fame, um, and then K2's in the eighth house gives the intuition about the deeper meaning of life and his ability to write and have a spiritual nature. So it's balancing the material. Rahu is the material and the spiritual, K2, learning to balance those two. Now let's look at the timing of events. So we have in 2008, he first tried out for the X Factor, but he did not place. And that's during a moon period. Moon was weak at that point. Moon is his career. And then we have in 2010, he again tried out for X Factor, and he didn't get his solo position, but Simon Cowell put him in with four other men, and they did do well, and that became the One Direction. And this is during a Jupiter period, giving him great success, Jupiter ruling the house of success. And then in 2016, he started his solo career. He got I think, a contract with Capitol Records or Republic Records, and that's during a Mercury period. So Mercury bringing big change there. 2017, he had a son during a Jupiter period. Jupiter was going through the house of children, and Jupiter is a significator for children. 2018, he split with that girlfriend, the girlfriend he had the child with, and that's during a K2 period, K2 bringing endings or to that relationship, and a lot of drama. And then he became engaged to a lady named Maya in 2020 during a Venus period. Venus ruling the chart and indicating female partner. And then they split in 2021 during a Rahu period, bringing unexpected events. 2023, he was hospitalized for a kidney infection, also during the Rahu period. And then in 2023, he went through rehab, also during a Rahu period. And then during, and then he jumped off a balcony and died October 16th, 2024. And that's during a Rahu moon period. And if you look at the circular chart on the left, you can see that transit Rahu is afflicting natal moon and transit moon, and then K2 is transit K2 is afflicting natal moon, and natal moon is in the house of happiness. So this put a lot of stress on his happiness. K2's in the 12th house there of separation and end of life. And Rahu's in the house of health and inner conflict. And also, transit K2 and Rahu are afflicting their natal Rahu and K2. So creating a lot of stress. Natal K2's in the 8th house of death-like experiences. So yeah, a lot of stress during that period, and definitely too much for him. He was said to be on drugs or alcohol and looks like he took his own life. Anyway, so what could be done to strengthen the chart? So he was already doing a lot of charity work, which would have been transforming Mercury, Rahu, and K2. He's very much involved in UNICEF and several other charities. And the rest of the planets could be strengthened with my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras and mantras for his benefic planets. If you'd like to get a kavash or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening. And may he rest in peace, and condolences to his family.